Oh, number one seed goes down to the number 8 seed. Where to begin? Where to begin? Bucks and Heat. Oh man, let's start with this one. The Heat started that game. I'm talking about sluggish, not hitting anything from the field. You want to talk about coming slow out of the gates? That's exactly what the Heat did in this ball game. Second quarter comes. Oh man. They call him Jimmy Buckets for a reason, folks. If you haven't heard about playoff Jimmy Buckets, you found out tonight if you was tuning in, catching this playoff game. It's no surprise. I knew Giannis would be coming back in this game. You're down 2-1 on the verge of going down 3-1. Hurt or no hurt. You're a superstar, a caliber player as Giannis. He was going to play in this game. I think the Heat even know he was going to play in this game. Didn't show any signs of him being hurt or his back or anything like that. He came out of the gates aggressive, putting his team on his back, letting everybody know right off the back, hey, I'm not using no injury for an excuse. I'm healthy and I'm coming forward. The game was going the Bucks' way for a good period. I mean, they had multiple double leads. It almost looked like that the Bucks will actually pull this game out until Jimmy Buckets happened. This guy pretty much carried the whole team throughout the game. I mean, you might as well say had half their points, if not a little more, but nobody else really stepped up to help Jimmy tonight. But I gotta tell you, man, as a Heat fan, this was picture perfect. This was a masterpiece playing at home what Jimmy Butler has done. Oh man. What a playoff game. Oh my goodness. And Jrue Holiday, you are a hell of a defensive player, sir. I'm not even going to fault you for what Jimmy done tonight. I think it didn't matter who was guarding Jimmy tonight. He was going to get his points. He was going to push through, and he was going to make it happen for his Heat. With Jrue Holiday, that just shows you how special this was. Because Jrue Holiday is one of the top-tier defenders in this league, going up against Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy Butler dropped a 56-piece on him. 56-piece, and he guarded majority of the whole game. You might as well say the whole game, Jrue Holiday. And Jrue Holiday is a hell of a defender. Much respect to Jrue Holiday. But the Heat to come out of this with a 3-1 lead in this series against the number 1 Bucks. Let's not forget the number 1 Bucks playing an 8 seed in the Heat, who's been fighting, trying to actually get into the playoffs, in the play-in, and then fortunate enough to get into the playoffs, and to be up 3-1 going to Milwaukee, try to close them out. Won't be no easy feat, but to be at this position right now, gotta tip your hat off. That's what the Heat organization is all about. That's why I am a Heat fan. Don't have nothing to do with the players that are playing there. It's got something to do with their front office. And Pat Riley, I trust. That front office is just top tier. Loyalty, honor, respect, take care of their players. And this is what happens. This is what happens when you have a great organization and you getting the right pieces in place to go out there and fight, no matter what the result's going to be, but you're going to lay your head out on the line, win or lose. And when you play like that and got that system in place, you're going to win majority of the time, then you lose. With Jimmy Buckets, hell of a game. I don't need to tell you that. The world's going to be telling you that. That's just unbelievable. Man, I can remember back, like I said, I wasn't a big Jimmy Buckets fan when he was in Chicago, when he was still learning himself, trying to develop. He was mostly defense, but his offense wasn't as polished as it is now. He's got that offensive game polished now to go with his defense. And then when I look at his temperament and how he wants to win and how he fights and he works hard and he holds people accountable, perfect match. Perfect match. We're going to get into this box score. We got the Laker game in Memphis as well going on. Look like the Lakers trying to, take the edge off of them. We're going to see. Like I said, I hope Memphis try to, get them the distance. I would like that a whole lot. Muddy that up a little bit. But yeah, man, for the Heat to be in this position, it's amazing. I mean, with Tyler Hero out, he had majority of the point production for us on offense. People had to step up, and Martin is one of the guys that are stepping up. It's got to be a collective unit. But that first half, mostly the first quarter, I want to talk about. Had me a little shaky on that one. I'm looking at it and it's like, oh man, not tonight. Nobody's got it. But Jimmy Buckets turned this thing around so quick. 22 points. Do you hear me? 22 points. He just took over. Everybody else was just off. Without his production, every bit of his production, this could have easily been a blowout win for Milwaukee. That's how much important this game was and what Jimmy Buckets has done. He stopped the avalanche. This would have been a blowout game if Jimmy didn't bring it and carry this team on his back. Just an unbelievable performance. We're going to get to the box score, but wow. Unbelievable. We're going to start off with Jimmy Buckets. 56 points, like I said before. 9 rebounds to go with it. 15 for 18 from the free throw line. If you're going to score big points in this league, free throw line is key. You can get to that free throw line, get you a few shots in, catch your rhythm, get some easy points, along with what you're already doing. Like he was driving to the hole, he was hitting his threes. He's a mid-range king, so points should start piling up for him. 19 for 28 from the field. And what we say about superstars, don't leave no bullets left in your gun. Let them out. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. You won't hear me talk about Jimmy Buckets, but I'll tell you one thing. Jimmy Buckets, he likes to facilitate. He likes to get his teammates involved first. He know he couldn't afford to do that, especially with Tyler Hero out. He came out guns blazing. He letting you know what he can do when he's thinking offense. And Miami needed every bit of this. Every bit of it. He was 3 for 8 from the 3-point line. But they needed every bit of this. Where did his help come from? He didn't have much help. He did not have much help, folks. Not much help at all. 15 points from Bam. He knew he had to come on with it. I'm going to, before we even get to Bam, Jimmy Butler, of course, he gets a star. Now we can get to Bam, 15 points. It was looking a little shaky for Bam. He got 8 rebounds. What was it? 6 of them defensive. He had 2 offensive rebounds. I like Bam to get in a double-digit rebound in every game. I wish he can do that. I don't see why it's a problem. He just got to work harder. He has to work harder. So 15 and 8. 6 for 16 from the field. I'm not going to say Bam did his job. He could have got help, but he hit some clutch free throws down the stretch. He hit like a jumper to a 12-footer when it counted, when we actually needed it. So I'm just going to say he done his job. He'll get a round of applause. Yeah. Bam, we're just going to say you done your job today because you hit some key buckets in the crunch time, especially at the free throw line. Gabe Vincent, 10 points. He had 8 assists. 2 steals, actually. We're going to say he definitely done his job. Yeah, he didn't shoot well from the field, but he did other things. He got steals. He was getting his teammates involved, passing the ball around. You know, you don't look at a guy like that that's a sharpshooter pretty much to be assisting with 8 like he has. Yes. Like I said, as far as the points, Jimmy didn't get much help. He didn't get much help at all. Next person you go down, TeL'eM Martin. He has definitely done his job. Don't look at the 12 points, folks, because every bit of that 12 was important. You better believe it. Without that 12, Miami might have just came up a little short. Even with Jimmy Butler's performance, they might have came up just a little bit short. He hit some key power buckets. TeL'eM Martin, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 2 for 3 from the 3-point line, and 4 for 5 from the field. Told you he was efficient. When he shot, pretty much he made. Then he's out there rebounding. So he hit some clutch buckets in this one. So TeL'eM Martin, you done your job. Gonna give you a round of applause. Max Strus, G.S.Q.H, as he came up pretty big in this game. But like I say, when these guys are not shooting well from the field, Eric Spoelstra, he don't mind, exchanging them out. Especially in a big series like this, you can't wait for anybody to catch heat or get hot, catch a rhythm. If you don't have it, he'll go with somebody else. No knock on Max Strus. It just wasn't his game to go out there. Think what, he got 1 shot, 0 for 1. So yes, Kevin Love didn't play too big, but didn't stop him from rebounding a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna get to the Bucks. But yeah, this is all about Jimmy tonight. This is one of the greatest performances in the playoffs, single-handedly, no doubt. Gonna go to the Bucks real quick. Giannis, he came back. He was very aggressive, driving to that hole very strong. When somebody's got a back injury, you wouldn't think that they'll be going to the hole with reckless abandonment like he does. That's why he's a Greek freak, because he's gonna do it. He's gonna put his team on his back. And it don't seem like he really missed a beat. 26 points. The guy had 13 assists. 10 rebounds. Are you kidding me? He done messed around and got a triple-double. Oh, my goodness. 12 for 22 from the field. Greek freak as usual. He got help as far as 36 from Brook Lopez. I called him out before. Brook Lopez scoring 36 points, man. It's tough. It is tough. Outside of him, then not too much production. But he had 36 points, 11 rebounds, 3 blocks, 2 steals, 13 for 23 from the field, 4 for 7 from the 3-point line. Brook Lopez definitely done his job. Matter of fact, he did more than do his job. He's going to get a star tonight. And before I pass you up, Giannis, of course you get a star tonight. Business as usual. Then you go down to Jrue Holiday. 14 points. 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Actually, I shouldn't have called out an assist. He didn't even get 5. Usually, you got to get a handful on a stat sheet, especially when it comes to assists, rebounding. You're going to have to get a handful to really get that highlighted. Now, you have 2 or 3 steals. That'll work just as fine. And if you have 2 blocks, I will highlight that. But definitely when it comes to assists and rebounds, you at least have to have 5. Jrue Holiday was just off from the field, but look who he's guarding. He's guarding Jimmy Buckets. Take your legs right out of you, right from underneath you. Guarding a guy like that and then try to put up some offensive production on the other end, it's not going to work out. He burned him out. I mean, he's guarding Jimmy all night long. And then him trying to score on the other end to help Giannis out, it's not going to happen. Especially how aggressive Jimmy was. Then you got 14 by Chris Middleton. He was pretty much off on his shot. I mean, he worked his butt off trying. He had 14, 6 and 8. Yeah, he was just off on the field, but he mustered it up. I'm not going to even say he done his job because he didn't. Chris Middleton, he knows it. If they're going to win, especially win a championship, he's going to have to counterpart Giannis better than what he did tonight. So he's going to get an iron unkind, actually. Jrue Holiday, he's going to get an iron unkind. That's pretty much it for the Bucks box score sheet. Didn't have too many heroes showing up in that one. Not too many heroes. 4 people in double figures. This is just Heat's night. They rallied, and when they went on a run, they went on a run. They didn't look back. Once that momentum gets to going like that, especially for the Heat when they're at home, they could steamroll you. They could steamroll you real good.
Oh, that's not good.
So, yeah, this is an unbelievable game. I loved it. Watching it as a fan, plenty of excitement. Yeah, I was a little, whatever you want to call it, ticked off. Majority part of that first half, at least that first quarter till Jimmy got rolling. But the first 3 to 5 minutes, I'm like, look at the shots we missed. Look at the turnovers. Just unforced turnovers. They were just throwing the ball out of bounds, passing to people that are not even there. Just careless with the ball. And if you want to beat a team like Milwaukee, who is a championship team, they're all number 1 in the league this year, in the East, you can't play them like that. You got to go out there and look to take them out. So, like I said, went for Jimmy. This game could have, this game could have been tied. Going to Milwaukee, you wouldn't like that one bit.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
So, yeah, that's my quick hit. Laker game still going on. See how that's going to turn out. Hopefully, Memphis can pull that one out, but we'll see. Them Lakers smell some blood in the water and look like they want to go ahead and try to get them over with. They're already seeing other teams trying to finish up. The 76ers, they done completed their little sweep. They ready to roll. So you don't want to linger out there too long in the playoffs. If you can get some rest, you want to get some rest. So y'all have a good Making It Monday. And that's Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. And we out of here. Peace.